Hej och välkomna till detta webbinar om studier i Asien. Mitt namn är Sofia och jag arbetar här på Blueberry med just universiteten i Asien bland annat. Idag kommer ni också få träffa vår samarbetspartner Asia Exchange som berättar lite mer om destinationerna och programmen där. Och vill ni sedan söka till en skola så går ni in på www.blueberry.nu och fyller i ansökningsformuläret för den skolan som ni vill söka till. Och ni kommer även då få hjälp med bland annat CSN, försäkring, visum och boende om ni vill boka det via skolan. Och vår hjälp är alltid helt kostnadsfri och ni får också jättegärna mejla mig på sofia@blueberry.nu om ni vill ha lite hjälp med att välja en skola som passar just era önskemål. Annars så hoppas jag att ni får en jättebra mässa idag och mycket inspiration och att vi sen hörs på antingen mail eller telefon.
Welcome everybody. My name is Jonas. I'm the Sales and Relationship Manager for Asia Exchange, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about our company and our study abroad options in 2021. And the agenda for today is to talk a little bit about Asia Exchange in a nutshell, so present the company. Talk a little bit about our destinations for 2021, especially taking into account the corona situation around the world currently, and our recommendations on where to study during COVID-19, as well as give you guys some tips on where to apply if you're interested in studying abroad. So to start off, a little bit about the company. Asia Exchange was founded in 2007 by two former exchange students, two Finnish guys from Nokia, Finland. Harri Suominen and Tuomas Kauppinen both did an exchange semester in Asia, in Bangkok and in Shanghai. And they actually got so excited that they thought they would want to provide this opportunity to more students looking to go abroad to study in Asia, and what started out as a hobby, what started out as part-time work, and what started out as catering to Finnish people mostly has evolved into something bigger 13 years later, an actual business with an ever-growing position in the study abroad market, over 13 partners in 9 countries, and over 7,000 students abroad from over 60 universities in 80 different countries. So an actual global company. And I think it's important to note that Asia Exchange offers free mover exchanges. So we don't deal with bilateral agreements. We don't deal with Erasmus exchanges. We deal with free mover exchanges, targeting especially Asia, but also during the Corona period, other countries as well. And some of the benefits of going through us is that we do not have any quotas, so we do not have any limited opportunities either. If you want to go study abroad with a friend, that's possible. If you want to go study abroad with a group of people, that's totally possible as well. You can choose from our varied selection of destinations, as mentioned, without any type of quotas in terms of applying. And one of the core ideas of the company is to be able to give this opportunity for as many people as possible, as affordably as possible. So our tuition fees are currently all under 2,000 euros per semester. And in addition to that, you'll only be paying a small application fee. Of course, our team is here to help as well, because we know that the free mover exchanges can be quite stressful. You have to deal with, or normally would have to deal with documentation, sending these to the host university, dealing with your home university and your host university, and it can be a stressful thing, applying for visas, finding out about accommodation, about everyday life at your destination country. And that's why me and the team are here to help you with all of those things. So we are Asia experts on all our destinations, and we know about the visa procedures. We know about the latest situation with Corona in these destinations. we know about the host universities, and we also know about the everyday life at these destinations. And of course, there's a really good chance for you to not only gain global know-how, learn about new cultures, ways of life, experience something new, and as for example, Harri always likes to say, the further you go, the more you'll experience, and the more different type of things you'll experience. And our partner universities are listed here on the map. So we have 13 different partner universities in 9 different countries currently. And our newest additions are worth mentioning here as well. So we do have partners currently in Portugal, in Lisbon, and then in Sardinia in Italy as well as our newest additions, in addition to actually having a new partner in South Korea and in Thailand as well that I will highlight at a later part in this presentation. So first off, a little bit about our South Korean partners. It's important to note that currently, due to COVID-19, we are highly recommending that if you do apply to one of our partner universities in Asia, you would apply to either Korea or Thailand. Why, you're probably asking, is because these 2 destinations have been open for the whole time during the Corona pandemic, and students have actually been able to enjoy on-campus classes, go to cafes, meet fellow students on campus and off campus, and actually experience student life as well as everyday life at these countries. And first off here, I'll be talking about Hankook University of Foreign Studies. There's a public university located in the heart of Seoul. If you apply through us, you'll be able to you'll have access to 2 different campuses, the Seoul campus and the global campus, and you can take courses on either the bachelor level or master level, and you can also apply for a full degree at this university. And this is rated as the best university or the best international university in the whole of Korea, and has a high level of, for example, language studies, business studies, law, and social sciences. Then our newest addition for our Korean partners is Hanyang University, specifically the Erika campus. That's important to note. So this university is actually located in Ansan, by the shore of the Yellow Sea, very close by to Seoul. Actually, only a 40-minute public transport ride away from the heart of Seoul, and it's a private university, and the Erika campus is kind of a research and education cluster, specifically catered to engineering students, but also offering business, economics, pharmacy, physics, and more. And you're able to take bachelor and master level courses. The semester dates for both Hanyang and Hankook University are the same, so they start early March or mid-March and end by the end of June. And Hanyang University offers semesters abroad, but through us you can also actually go as a high school graduate if you're looking for example, a gap year opportunity before studying at university level in your home country. And we recommend around in between 3 and 5 courses at both universities, but both universities accept up to 7 courses maximum per student. Then on to Thailand. So as I mentioned, in addition to Korea, Thailand is currently one of the more safer destinations to travel to and to study in during the Corona era. And our newest addition in Thailand is the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce, which is a private university offering bachelor and master level courses, as well as a semester abroad and a full degree option in business administration or accounting. I can very highly recommend this university for anybody studying business studies currently, or looking to study business abroad. And the current semester dates for the spring semester are January 11th to May 10th, with the orientation on the first day of the semester in January. And last but not least, a few tips for students in 2021. If you're looking to study in Asia, please consider Thailand or Korea specifically. And if you're interested in Europe, look at our Lisbon or Sardinia partners, and of course stay tuned for news, as we're constantly looking for new partners. And of course, these partners will most likely also be available through Blueberry, and read all the information, the emails you're getting through us or through our partners in Sweden for further study abroad arrangements. And that's it for me. I hope you have a good virtual fair. Enjoy your time here, and come to our booth if you have anything else you want to talk about. Thank you. Yvonne, with me here, a former exchange student studying in Korea during the last spring semester, and currently one of our interns here with Asia Exchange. You actually came here, I think, straight from Korea, right?
I came yesterday.
Yeah. And you're here to talk a little bit about studying in Korea specifically, and studying during Corona through Asia Exchange, right?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe my first question to you is, why did you, or what the process was like applying through Asia Exchange, and why did you choose to apply through us?
Well, firstly, because my home university didn't offer any spots at any Korean universities. They really tried to. I was in contact with them a lot, and they really tried their best. The problem is that different study programs require different courses. And so then in the end, they offered spots, but just one spot. And I wanted to make sure that my dream regarding South Korea, studying in South Korea, would come true. And that's why Asia Exchange just seemed like the safer option to really fulfill my dream. And I had already been in touch with people working at Asia Exchange, and everyone's been really lovely and just giving me the information I needed. So I just felt like this is the place to be, so I applied. Yeah, just basically sticking with the safe option and making sure that I could really go to South Korea.
Okay. Why did you specifically end up choosing South Korea? What drew you to South Korea specifically?
The culture. I really wanted to learn more about the country, and also the language. I think it's a very beautiful language, and I think the best way to learn a foreign language is just traveling to the country, being with the locals, and experiencing culture and language at the same time.
Okay. What would you say is one of your, do you have any memorable study abroad experiences that you'd like to share from your time in Korea?
Well, I actually managed to already meet a Korean during her exchange semester in Austria.
Okay.
And so it was really lovely, meeting again after several months, meeting again in South Korea, in her home country. Okay. Because we met in my home country, and then I went to her home country. So that was really lovely. And I think just meeting all of the Asia Exchange students that I had been in touch with, because we had a WhatsApp group, which was a very, very fun time. And just meeting those people in person, because you spend hours and hours texting back and forth and exchanging voice notes and having video calls, and then you actually meet face to face. And it's really weird, but really great. I don't know, in that sense, so that was lovely.
And it sounds like, well, I'm sure you got help from Asia Exchange, but I also heard that you kind of formed a small community through these WhatsApp groups and helped each other actually also get abroad during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, so when most of us went to South Korea, then Corona cases in South Korea were at its peak. So it was a little bit challenging because there were travel restrictions for some countries or flights that had been canceled. And so we really tried to help each other out, and we did some research online to book new flights. And I think that was really, really amazing experience, that in that sense we formed some kind of community, being very protective over each other and really trying to get everyone to South Korea, and kind of that we could meet there. So that was great.
And then you got to the country, right? So how was that experience studying abroad, specifically in Korea during this pandemic?
We all informed ourselves beforehand. I think no one traveled there without knowing what we would get ourselves into. But like we even now when we're talking about it, I think we all felt very safe back then because South Korea has been doing such a great job in kind of controlling the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone is wearing masks and they're really checking your temperature whenever they can in subway stations and supermarkets. And I think they're just very reactive when it comes, as soon as the cases start to rise, they try to implement extra measures to guarantee that people are safe and that, I don't know, the rising comes to a certain stop. So yeah, I think that it's a very safe study destination at the moment. And this is also why, for example, like my roommate actually decided to stay another semester in South Korea because she said she doesn't want to go back to France at the moment, which is understandable, I think. So, and a lot of the students who came with me in spring 2020 decided to stay for another semester just to assure, I don't know, that they are safe and healthy in that sense.
And I know that like some classes were held online, some classes were held on campus during that spring semester. But how would you describe the life outside of campus? Were you able to, do stuff off campus, or were you confined to your dormitories? Or
no, because there was no total lockdown. That never happened in South Korea. In general, like restaurants and bars could more or less autonomously decide if they wanted to stay open or close. And in that sense, life continued. Like there were certain restrictions, for example, wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
This is a requirement, and South Koreans take that very seriously. But apart from that, we were able to go outside, meet up, have coffee, eat cake together, I don't know, and do sightseeing. So in that sense, we were never restricted, and it never felt like we had been locked into a room like in our dormitories and just studying all day long.
Gotcha. And so I mentioned this, like you kind of formed a community while abroad and also while actually trying to get into the country, which I would say all of you successfully did very well with the help of each other and with the help of Asia Exchange. Would you say that you've been able to grow your network for the future, for example, through this study abroad experience?
Definitely. I mean, I ended up here. First of all, I ended up here, and this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been a student in the first place, I guess. But also, like, I'm still in touch with so many people, like, because obviously, like, you form friendships and you want to keep in touch, and you want to, like, know, like, how, especially for those students who went back to their home countries, like, are you safe? Are you healthy? Like, what are you doing now? And we still talk about, like, back then and things we did together, like kind of walking down the memory lane. Yes, like what happened back then. So a lot of really, really amazing memories. And I think this is just an experience of your lifetime, and something that is like you do once, or you could do it also like several times, but every single time it's just so special and unique. It doesn't feel like repetitive. I don't know. So
life-changing every time.
Yes.
Gotcha. And then maybe to cap this all off, I'd like to ask you what has studying abroad brought you? What's maybe the most important thing, or if you can't name one thing, what are the most important things that you feel studying abroad has given you?
Independence. Like, I grew up quite independently because my parents were always working a lot, but I think just living abroad and knowing that you can't, especially because of the time difference, you can't just call your parents whenever you have something or whenever there's a challenge or you need to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just can't ask someone from your home country, and just need to get through it with like the help of the people you're living with or friends you found there or alone. And I think independence is one of those things, but also just basically challenging yourself in a sense of how to communicate, because not everyone speaks English perfectly, and that's totally fine. And you're also trying to adapt to a new culture and a new language. And in the end of the day, I think it's not a problem, that language barrier, how people call it, because I was always somehow able to communicate with the locals and with the people I met. For example, I went to a dancing school and my teacher actually didn't speak any English.
Okay.
It was beautiful because we became really close friends, even though like she didn't speak any English and my Korean was really poor. And the way we just communicated with hands and feet, it was an experience. And I think things like this don't happen in your home country, because obviously you're so
in that
used to
bubble of your comfort,
in your
right?
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like that stepping out of your comfort zone
Yeah.
and challenging yourself, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try new things, I'm going to like go out today, go to the supermarket even though I have no idea what the products are, and just trying out new things, like seeing those things like, okay, I'm gonna try this and that. I think it's a lot about challenging yourself and trying new things, which somehow ends up in personal growth, and you come back and you feel like a new person, even though it's still you, obviously, but you feel like someone new, someone different.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Yvonne, for the short conversation here. And I hope all the people, I hope all the people listening enjoyed it, and as again, come to our booth and check out Blueberry's website and our destinations on their website if you're interested in applying. Thank you.